So you grew up in Puerto Rico. What's it like living there and also, I guess, gaming there and eventually pursuing esports?
Puerto Rico is kind of hard to be a professional gamer because you're so far away from all the major servers that games like League and Overwatch are from. So you're basically playing on hyping with a bit of a disadvantage compared to other players that play near the servers. And also the internet is like not the best. It's like really bad there.
So how did you overcome that?
Well, I just got adjusted to the pain, and in my opinion, when I was playing League, I think that the internet kind of stopped me from going pro. But by the time goes, when the time kept going forward, the internet got better in Puerto Rico. So it was still not the greatest, but it was still kind of good enough to, if you're really good, to kind of make it through.
You knew you were going to be pursuing the Overwatch League, and then Irma hit?
Yeah, so what happens was when I was trialing for Overwatch League teams at the start, so Irma came in, and I didn't really pay too much attention at Irma because like I'm used to Puerto Rico being hit by hurricanes and they don't affect that much. But like out of nowhere, Irma like became Category 5, and then that's when I actually started getting worried. I was like, well, this is like my career right now, and but when I actually realized that the hurricane was this big, I kind of didn't have chance to leave the island. So I just stayed there, and the hurricane, for my luck, the hurricane went kind of high, and it wasn't a direct impact. So it mainly affected my power, and it affected power in the whole island and Puerto Rico, but it didn't like do major things. And before that happened, Energy from Energy Esports, Brad, the head coach, contacted me that he could provide me a place to stay if I needed to, so I could continue trialing for the multiple Overwatch League teams that I was.
And that was before the hurricane hit?
That was before the hurricane. After it hit, I realized that I couldn't stay in the island because I had no power. Like, I need these resources to go forward. Like it was my career and it was all the things that I've been working for, basically my dream. So I had to like make a decision. Do I stay in Puerto Rico and wait for the internet to for the power to come back, or do I just take this opportunity that the Brad is providing me to keep continuing my dream? And basically he just booked a ticket and told me he gave me all the information, and by that day I just decided to move and just take the plane and move to Las Vegas.
So you were in the Energy House trying out for other teams, and your family was still in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, so what happened, it was like after a week or something, there was like another hurricane that was gonna hit. And it basically happened the same with Irma, where it was like it started as a tropical storm, and then it just ramped up into a Category 5. And that one was even more dangerous than Irma because that one basically was going to be a direct hit. Category 5 and was going to be like hours there, like going through the island. So it was really hard for me to focus sometimes because I was worried about my family and what could happen if they stayed in Puerto Rico and just tried to overcome the hurricane.
So they stayed in Puerto Rico. Were you able to contact them after the hurricane hit?
So what happened after it hit, I literally just lost contact for like a week or half a week. I couldn't contact them. All their phones were like off. The antennas were off. I was watching the news. The news were like really bad. And after a couple of days, I was hearing like news about people dying because they died of drowning. So I was getting really worried, but I still felt like they were fine because since they reported the death of some people, but it wasn't close to the area where they live, I thought that they were just gonna be fine, even though I was still really worried, and it was really hard to contact them.
How do you keep focused on the competitive in your career that you're trying to start up during that time?
Well, it was really hard to focus because I was worried about my family situation and I wasn't able to contact them. But there was literally nothing I can do to fix any of that. So I just had to keep doing what I came to Las Vegas to do, finish my trial and make it into an Overwatch League team and just hope that they were fine.
When did you finally get to contact them?
It was like, I don't know the exact date, but I think it was like around after one and a half week, I was able to contact them. And how I contact them, like it wasn't me. Like they sent a person to the highway to a part of Puerto Rico that everyone was going to contact their families because they couldn't contact from their home. Like they needed to go to basically to San Juan to because that's where phones had signals because they installed antennas from the States. And that was pretty much it.
So they went out there so that they could call you?
Yeah, they sent someone out there so that person could tell me that they were okay. And then after that, like another week, I was able to actually talk with them.
And at that time, what was the status? Was their house okay? What was the neighborhood like?
So there was a lot. What they told me were roads were destroyed. A lot of trees were in the ground. All the posts, electrical posts, were in the ground too. So there was no power, and apparently there was an estimated of around 4 months without electricity. So they told me that they had no power, no water, and they were trying to save food.
So what are kind of your final thoughts on this whole experience and any words you have for your family and hometown?
Well, since months ago, I was like starting in the Overwatch scene. So it just shows what a person can be capable of doing if they truly love something. And if you truly want to follow your dream, you should go for it. All I can say is that I'm really proud and excited to be representing Puerto Rico and Los Angeles.
For more Overwatch interviews and analysis, subscribe to our channel. You can also find stats, discussions, and more on our website and mobile app at blitzesports.com.